This is the Leo Climaco Podcast.
How do you see Ether, XRP? How do you see these cryptos?
If you want to cry a little bit, I bought Ethereum at $34 back in 2017.
Wow.
Bitcoin at 2,000 and Litecoin at 4. ADA was less than a cent. All these little coins.
Did you hold?
No. I made a lot of money.
Good.
Enough for me to quit my job and sustain myself for a long time.
That's incredible.
But if I would have held now, I don't even want to do the math. It would have been millions just holding. But nobody knows the future, right? Again, Nobody went broke taking profits. I took my profits and I just moved on to something else. Started trading currencies, forex, stocks. Got good at stocks. Just they're a little boring for me. I like the action. And yeah, it's just it's a hobby for me almost. I don't treat it like a business, which isn't good if you're trying to make it into a full-time thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you will one day. I think you'll make that switch.
With what I'm doing now, it's possible, but I need to test it for years. For you to test out the right strategy, it's always going to change, but the fundamental is what never changes. The strategy within the intraday trading is what changes constantly. A strategy won't never work forever, but the fundamentals of that strategy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you want kids?
I do. Yeah, that's why we're traveling like crazy for this next year, because when we have kids, we know that we're going to be locked down. But we met this...
Only first 2 years.
Are you?
I have two kids.
Do you have?
Two.
And you're still traveling?
I got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
and we're going to the Bahamas on Sunday.
Wow. Well, that's not bad.
Not too bad.
I'm talking about the first like 2 years that I'm gonna have to be locked up in my
So
home.
I had an 11. So I had a 3-year-old and an 11-month-old at the time. This was about 2 years ago. No,
Right.
a year ago, and we traveled to Greece.
Oh, how'd
It
that
was
go?
a 23-hour journey. It was a 13-hour flight, Miami, Istanbul.
Right.
Got there, 3-hour layover, and then 4 hours from Istanbul to Greece. I got to Greece at a 3-hour drive.
Jesus Christ. How was that?
You know what? It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, overall, it was pretty good. My kids are pretty good.
I think you did a good job with doing it young, because if
Yeah.
you get them used to it from a very young age, that's what's gonna help. We met a couple over there that has 3 of them, and their latest kid is like not even a year old, and they're traveling Europe.
Yeah?
They're going everywhere. They're homeschooling too.
That helps.
That helps a ton.
Yeah. We went to Rio in March.
Okay.
So my kids are pretty well traveled at a very young age.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I
So
traveled
it's
a lot when
definitely
I was young,
doable.
too.
Don't think that life ends.
That's how we see it.
It does not.
That's why we're booking everything right
No,
now.
I am
New York,
telling you,
Boston, Madrid,
It
Italy.
does not. You put a pause. You put
Yeah.
a bookmark.
Yeah, it's only like what? You can't travel with an infant for how long? Like 6 months, a year.
About 6 months.
So it's like, I gotta
Yeah.
hold it on for 6 months.
I would say from like 7-month pregnancy
Right.
to the kid being about 6-month-old. So almost a year.
Got it.
I would
Okay.
say, because you don't want to travel with 7-month-old pregnant woman. It's way too hard.
Right. No.
It's way too hard.
No. My fiance's already putting in booking dates for massages while she's pregnant.
Yeah.
She told me, you're going to owe me all the massages in the world. I
Yeah.
know it is with women and massages. But you guys want them all the time. It's like crazy. Camila, if you're listening to this, we'll handle that later. Yeah.
But yeah, so I see you as a very, very driven person.
Yeah.
Extremely driven.
Yeah.
You have your fingers in a lot of different things. I love that. I think it's necessary and required. I think your drive feeds off energy. It gives off energy. And I think others can capture that energy and motivate themselves because of it. I think you having a kid is going to give you an entirely new level of drive.
I can see that happening.
100%. Because I see who you are, and I know what my kid did for me. I can see it doing the same thing for you. Because once you have a kid, it's no longer about you.
Right.
Like, clearly, you're important, but your kid comes first.
I know.
And you want to go harder. You want to create more. You want to build more.
You look at their face and you're
Exactly.
like, this is for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
When my kid walked in here, he's like, wow, Daddy, you have a studio?
How'd that feel?
It felt so cool.
Yeah.
It felt so cool.
Yeah.
You know? And then we're driving back home and he goes, Daddy, I want my own studio one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I said, don't worry, buddy, you will.
Yeah.
You sure will.
Yeah.
You know, that lights me up.
I love that.
It makes me want to go even harder.
Yeah.
So I can see that effect occurring with you and you go into a whole new stratosphere.
Maybe that's the little push that I need, man. You know?
I don't think you need a push. I don't think you
I
need
feel like
a
I'm
push.
pretty driven, but for me, you set the standard eventually for your drive.
Yeah.
You know, the standard of how you want to live. If something doesn't fit your standard, you immediately feel uncomfortable. You set a habit so engraved in your head that when you deviate from it, it's inevitable for you to fall back into it. If that makes sense.
100%.
You know?
It's like flying first class.
Yeah. Or flying private, then you're really fucked.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah, then you're really fucked. So it's like every time you even fly first class, you're like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it becomes part of your personality,
Yeah.
part of your identity. You identify as a driven person. You
Right.
know?
Take pride in that.
You take pride in that,
Yeah.
100%. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we anything we do, there's always a routine
Yeah.
to everything that we do.
A system.
A system. Yeah. Yes. Love that.
Let's go into it. 11/11. We both
Same
have a tattoo. Both of us.
Yes.
I got it on my left arm.
Uh-huh.
You have
Left
it on your
arm.
right.
Left arm?
Left arm too.
Left-
Look at
left-
that.
left hand.
Are you a lefty?
No, I'm a righty.
I'm a lefty. Okay.
Yeah, it just felt right.
It
on the
fits
left.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means many things, man.
I agree.
Through the journey, you tend to start getting spiritual when things get tough because you don't know where else to go.
Yeah.
You know, and that's-
Entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey. I don't
Oh
care
my
what
God,
anybody
It
says.
is a spiritual game.
Yeah.
Because it has a lot to do with letting go. And
Right.
letting go means letting go in something higher powered than you that's going to be able to fix the issue or help you
Right.
get there.
Yeah.
You can't just let go and expect something to happen without a higher power conspiring to help you get there.
100%.
So-
You do your part, it meets you in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Your daily activity, what you do in your process is up to you. The result isn't really up to you, man.
Right.
You know, the result just happens on its own. By
Exactly.
doing it. You have to trust it's going to happen.
The wave collapses.
Exactly. you put yourself in the right situation.
Yeah.
So 11/11, I see it all the time since I was young. I never thought anything
too.
of it. Same with like 444, but I just like 11/11. And every time I'm thinking of something either negative or positive, it doesn't matter. It goes both ways. That's how I see it.
Right.
Negative reminds me to get back on track. Something positive reminds me that I am on track. That I am on
Yes.
track.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just kind of, I pray. I'm not
Same.
very religious,
More spiritual.
more spiritual.
Yeah,
but
same.
I pray. I grew up Catholic, if you couldn't tell, St. Michael, Heart of Jesus. And
Got Jesus right here.
love it, love it. Yeah, I've been thinking of what else to put on my skin, but yeah, that's, I pray and sometimes I'm praying and I see 11/11 on the clock and then
Yeah.
I see it on my hand and I'm like, damn. Now we got two 11.
I'm aligned.
I'm very aligned. And it's
Yes.
just a reminder. That's it. And
I
I loved
agree.
it so much. I wanted to see it all the time. So if I'm writing or if I'm on my phone, it's right there. You know, it's right there.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I've started a new tradition.
Uh-huh.
You're the second person that's going to do it.
Okay.
I grew up a big nerd, big into Marvel, Avengers, and all that.
Okay.
But the question of, I think today in society, a lot of people struggle with the question of value and worthiness.
Yep.
And we're all worthy.
Yeah.
And I think people aren't able to see their light, aren't able to see
Yeah.
their own brightness, right? And able to use that as fuel and let that drive you and motivate you and catapult you, right? So do me a favor. Remember the scene in Avengers Age of Ultron?
Okay.
when Captain America grabs Thor's hammer,
Right.
and he almost lifts it,
Right.
and then in Endgame, he actually grabs it and hits it, right? Grab Thor's hammer, please. Right there.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yes. A little heavy. There we go. Have a seat. Tell me, please, what does worthiness and value mean to you, and how others can discover their own value and worthiness?
I think we always forget that we already have the answers to many questions that we have. But life tends to get in the way. Life tends to fog it out. You just got to get a little more used to being able to looking within than trying to look for external factors, which dilutes more and more your own light. It won't allow you to continue to look for the answers that you're looking for, which goes back to intuition and understanding that if you don't feel valuable in a certain situation or a certain environment, it just might not be your environment, but you are valuable, and the process of life is to find where you are most valuable. And sometimes you just might be stuck in a place because of your ego. Ego keeps you there. But if you break it down and you're honest with yourself. I did a prayer before coming here. 5 years ago, I would have said, man, I want to show up to this podcast and fucking crush it. I'm going to be the man. No, I was like, I'm just going to be myself. Because I already know what I'm going to say.
Because you already are the man.
I'm already the man.
Yeah.
Everybody is the man
or the woman, right?
In their own specific regard. You just got to start trusting yourself a little more in that. Because people lose trust within themselves because they might be in the wrong environment. Again, let go of your ego. Know that you matter a lot more than you think. Life is about helping others, and it starts with helping yourself. And the beginning of helping yourself is letting go of your ego and getting in the right environment, the right situation that's going to help you to grow and help you help more people. It's all about helping people. You feel really good in that, and your light's only going to shine brighter by doing that. So,
amen. Preach.
You know, I thought this was going to be stuck to a magnet, and I was ready. I'm like, I'm going to lift this thing.
I'm glad you did. It's pretty heavy. It's not that light.
It's a good weight.
It's a good weight.
5 pound dumbbell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate you.
It's like this, right?
Yeah, angled. Like that? Whichever way. Could be like that. Yep.
Yeah, man. So I've been stuck in that thought, in that mindset for so long because you look at other people and you want to compare yourself
always
to other people, and that's the killer of dreams.
It really is.
The person is where they are because they decided to be authentic with themselves, not because of the person next to them.
Right.
You know,
that person can inspire you, right? But if you are constantly comparing yourselves to where they are and where you are,
right,
it's a recipe for disaster.
It is. It is.
It really
you
is.
You start getting envious. You start looking at what they do as something negative for you.
Right.
And it doesn't affect you in any way. People's success. This is why there's so many haters out there, and it sucks because the majority of people are in the wrong environment, wrong mindset.
Right.
But everybody really has the opportunity to do what they need to do. They just haven't been guided there yet. So it's our job really as creators on social media, which is the most interconnected way to connect with a massive scale of people, to be able to spread that light and to help people say, fuck you, fuck your ego, be authentic, get out there, because you can help people too. You know, you never know who you're influencing, which is what we started talking about. I'm glad it's what we ended talking with.
I think one of the greatest compliments is turning a hater into a follower.
100%. Take it with grace.
Yeah.
You know, whatever they say is a reflection of themselves, not you.
For sure.
You know, whatever people say, it might be an insecurity of them. The other day I was talking to a guy, and I told him at the end of the conversation, I'm like, brother, what you're saying sounds more like an insecurity than a doubt. You know, what are you insecure about? He never answered me. But I hope it sparked an idea which might which might flourish.
Right.
That seed might flourish 5 years down the road because our ego doesn't allow it to flourish.
Right.
But you can let it flourish the same hour you listen to it.
Tons of barriers in the way.
Yeah, smartest people in the world are those who can realize that they're doing the wrong thing and fix it immediately.
Yes.
The dumbest people in the world are those who continue to do the wrong thing and don't fix it for a very long time. I've been smart, I've been dumb. I'd rather be smart. So if somebody tells me I'm dumb at something, I'm going to internally look at myself and realize that,
Right.
I'm being dumb. I need to change it.
Yeah.
You know?
If you're smart, you will listen to your haters. They're giving you free game.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I will be better.
No, it's like, thank you for fueling my success. Hopefully down the road, you realize that you actually helped me.
Yeah.
Because people do things people do things to try to hurt others, right? But it's the job of the other person to take it in as a help. And that's
Interesting.
actually either going to hurt the person more that's
Right.
doing the hating or change them into a follower. So always take things with grace, man. Fuck what people say. They're always going to say something. The bigger you get, the more your haters you're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't understand people who dedicate their time to talking trash about others.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
How you waste that energy on being so negative.
I look at videos sometimes, even of myself, people talking about me on YouTube, Instagram, and other people, and my energy just depletes. Not because I'm worried about what they're saying about me, but it's just the words that they're saying are so hateful that you're just like, man, fuck this guy.
I know what you mean.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you shift to something else to get out of that.
Right.
You know, if you're a hater, I'm praying for you, man. You know, it's just
I'm sorry you
I
feel
don't
that way.
understand. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your feelings, but you know, just know
Sorry,
that-
not sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't affect anything whatsoever. It just gives me something to reflect. It doesn't affect, it reflects. So it's a mirror that goes both ways, right? You say something hateful, it's a mirror for yourself.
Karma.
Karma. Yeah. Yeah, man. Life handles it all.